Hi all, welcome to Leicesterfans TV, the transfer news show then. There's been a lot of gossip. Players are going to be coming and going this summer. Will Soyuncu be going to Spain? That is the question. Vestergaard, the club want rid. Jose Perez, the Spaniard, will he be at the King Power next season? We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. We're going to talk about the transfers, in and outs. This is your show. Get involved. Get your views in. Get your comments in. Let me know if you agree with everything. I'm going to get Ross in shortly to give his views on the Soyuncu situation. We're going to talk about his season in general. I mean, what a season it's been for Kagalar Soyuncu. Follow us, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, wherever you can find us at Leicester Fan TV. Please go and drop us a follow, guys. And get involved. We want your views. We want your comments. Leicester Fan TV is by the fans, for the fans. Please like, share, and subscribe to Leicester Fan TV if you haven't already. And let's get a show on the road, shall we? And I will see you in just a minute.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie and Co-Estate Agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi all, welcome to the transfer news show then. It's been a very up and down season, a roller coaster season for Leicester City. But what do we expect as Foxes fans, eh? Let's get a few good evenings in then before we start. Hello, Mum. That must not be for me. Evening, Jack. Congrats to JJ. Madison not selected is a bit brewing. Neil, how are you, pal? Jason Cullen, how are you? The councillor, big up your damn self. How are you? Ian Moss, how are you? Only for his holidays. Vestergaard and Bertrand out, please. Disappointing. We're going to get all into that. Maz Darling, how are you? Hope you're well. Hi, everyone. Evening, Jack. Samara and Vestergaard then. Going, not even been 12 months. What a waste of money. Well, we've been saying that for ages. It's been one of them. Evening, Jason. How are you, pal? Hope you're well, mate. Right then, guys, if you haven't already, please smash a like. If you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll get your comments all on screen for you. How does that sound? Fair deal, yeah? Right. And also, if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, please go and do so. You could be entered into a competition to win a home shirt. Not this one. This is last season's. You could be winning next season's shirts. That will save you 60 quid. So if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, please go and do so. It'll enter you in the draw to win the 2022-23 home shirt for next season. Right then, let's get my main man in then. Ross, how are you, Ross?
Yeah, I'm good. Just a bit wee tired. So, yeah.
Right then, Ross. Transfer news then. There's been quite a bit since the season's finished.
It has.
But we're gonna focus on one of the big ones. Kagalar Soyuncu, Ross. Tell me, has he had a good season at Leicester? If not, why?
He's not been the same since the Euros. Ever since he's come back from the Euros with Turkey, he's not been the same Soyuncu as he was when he was, battling defenders, doing what he does best. And obviously the team that they're looking at, Atletico Madrid, wow, it's interesting, that's for sure.
Yes, Ross. So tell me about Cags this season, Ross. Johnny Evans has been injured. this most part of this season, Ross, a very key player in that squad, the experienced player that we've been lacking at the back. And Martin Soyuncu's fitted in. They've won a few games between them, let's say. But in general, Ross, tell me about Cags this season. I mean, it's not been the greatest of seasons, has it? And you can see when Johnny Evans isn't in the team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it goes to show that when Rodgers took a dig at him in that interview, I can't remember when it was.
The Tottenham game, when he didn't make that challenge.
Yeah, and then obviously the game against West Ham at the beginning of the season, that was just, horrible. It was terrible to watch. Yeah, and also with Soyuncu as well. I mean, he's been dropped for Dewsbury Hall and stuff for going centre-back, and Marty's not even actual centre-back, but yet he's starting over Soyuncu.
Yes. Cags for me, it's not been the greatest of seasons for him. He loves a good Cruyff turn, though. We know that. Turning players inside out. But I mean, without Johnny Evans, he's not the same player. He doesn't seem to have that confidence, the composure that Fofana's got. I mean, if you watch Fofana since he's come back, Ross, what a player he's been in that squad.
Oh, he's been brilliant. You know, his first game in 10 months, and he goes and scores a goal that put us in the quarterfinals of the Europa Conference against Rennes in that game. So, yeah, and obviously, like I said, Soyuncu, since the Euros, he's not the same Soyuncu that we used to know. Now he's just somebody that we used to know. That song, now he's just somebody that we used to know.
Just only got left as the last man. If you see him next,
a minute.
Player. Rodgers threw Cags under the bus by calling him out of order by Rodgers. Some things are best left in the dressing room. Yeah, I can understand that, but I mean, Cags has got to go for that challenge. Why are you pulling out of them sort of challenges? You win that ball, Ross, and take the men. You know that goal doesn't happen. But I mean, there's been plenty of mistakes Cags has made this season, but then every player has. But the big question is then, Ross, will he leave this summer?
I think he will. Whether it's Atletico Madrid or whether it's Real Madrid or anyone, I think he will leave this summer. But the big thing is, how much we paid for him? 19 million, something like that. I can't remember.
It's 17.
Where did we get him? I'm not going to lie, I actually forgot where we got him from.
I forgot. It's been a lot of players coming since then from different clubs.
Can someone put it in the comments where we bought him from? Because I can't remember. I'm not going to lie.
Will he leave this summer then, Ross? I mean, I watched when the players went round. He was waving. He was clapping. He's obviously not joining them in Thailand either on the trip for the whole team. Tielemans ain't gone either. Where Tielemans is probably focusing on the move and that this summer and looking at weighing up his options. Maybe Cags is as well. But I mean, this one then, Ross, linked with Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Obviously, the Real Madrid one came up first, £38 million. Atletico Madrid are being heard to be interested in taking Cags to Spain. But then Chelsea are monitoring the situation as well. So, I mean, where do you think he's going to land up, Ross, if he had to land up at any of them three teams?
Well, given the history with Chelsea buying our players, it's not. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being Chelsea.
Freiburg, Ross.
There we go. Because remember, N'Golo Conte, Danny Drinkwater, Chilwell.
Ross did just put a Spanish accent on the club.
Well, that's what they're called. They're called Atletico Madrid. That's what they're called, aren't they? Is that what they're called?
Well, that's exactly what they're called. Atletico de Summit Madrid.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Chelsea reserves.
Now, but do you know what though? I know what's going to happen if he goes to Chelsea, because let's not forget Rudiger's going to Real Madrid, so they need a centre back. You know, and maybe obviously now that takeover has been approved, whoever they are, the geezer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just never know, and you know, I remember when Abramovich first took over Chelsea. And obviously, Ranieri had the spend fee. Veron and who else did they buy? Damien Duffbeer and all that stuff. So, you know, and Jeremiah, whatever you want to call him as well. So they bought a lot of players. So it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Chelsea. Because, like I said, Rudiger's gone to Real Madrid, and they need a new centre back. You know, they've got that Christensen, whatever you want to call him, and Thiago Silva. But Thiago Silva's getting on now. But saying that, he's played every game, pretty much every game this season. So you watch now. He'll go there. He'll go there, and you watch. He'll score against us.
If Cags does go nothing less than 45 million, it's nothing. I think most of the fan base elites coming out from the club agreed on the suggested outgoings. The Madrid talk sounds like Jono's making up stories. This lad can't defend, no composure. Ross, I mean,
that's why it's rumours. That's what
it's rumours. It's not stated facts. It's just, reports are reports. No one's reading too much into them. But you've got to make it on something. Cags had a bad Euros, didn't he, Ross, for Turkey? Let's get that right before the start of the season. Got sent off in that. Didn't really have a great Euros. I mean, what would you sum up Cags as a player, Ross, without Johnny Evans as being there? I mean, does Cags need that sort of experience next to him, that leader to tell him where he is and that? Because when Cags first got given the chance from when Mr. £80 million fridge left, he was superb, wasn't he, Ross? Let's not get that wrong.
It was. Honestly, it was class.
Yeah.
I think was scoring goal. Well, scored a goal. And it's listen. As I said, it's not us. It's it's what we've seen on the internet.
It's just journalists.
If it's on the internet, it must be true. If he's come, do you know what that has probably come from the Sun, Scum probably.
Probably, or Daily Mail.
True.
Ross, let's talk about the next one then. How much is Cags worth, Ross, if we are to get rid of him this summer? How much will he leave for? I mean, £17 million is what we brought him for. How much more do you think Leicester will get for him? I mean, Man City were linked with him for £50 million last summer. So how much is he worth now, Ross, if you had to sell him on this market at the minute?
I mean, it's like with Ben Chilwell, he didn't have a great project restart. He was awful. Towards 2020, we're playing poor.
Good, mate. Thank you. How are you?
So, we'll have to wait and see.
It'd be all right, him and Rudiger, wouldn't it, Ross?
Say that again, sorry?
Your scapegoating Cags, you were singing his praises when he took on the bike. Do you know what? Right. He was fantastic, don't get me wrong. Everyone was singing his praises, but I just feel when form dips,
he's not recovered.
He's not recovered from it, and I feel that maybe change needs to happen in the defence. You want someone who's got it mentally composed and all that, and I mean someone who's not going to make more mistakes than one. But I guess we all make mistakes in life. But someone said 35, 45 million. I definitely agree, Michael Lee, to be honest, mate. Everyone was singing his praises, but I feel he's better with an experienced type player than on his own because he goes walkabouts, he goes wonders.
Do you know what? I compare it to? I would compare, right? I know I know it's a weird combination. So basically, Soyuncu and Johnny Evans is like Homer and Marge Simpson. Right? Yeah. Cags is Homer. And Evans is Marge. Marge is pulling Homer together and say, look, you're nothing without me. And it's true. So basically, when Homer's on his own, he looks lost.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a bit dopey. So that's what I compare it to. And it's just, it's like the Chuckle Brothers, and obviously one of them's gone. That's what I compare it to. But so, like I said, that thing is we were singing his praises. We were, I've got a video on my YouTube.
No one's saying that they're not.
250k views
That's why we made that song.
So we're not going to repeat it because it's
form is temporary, class is permanent. Cags played all last season Euros, and this season he needed a break. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I think Cags' struggles are related to the left back position. Do you think that's what it is, Ross? Keep changing fullbacks and that's not helping him with who he's going to be partnered with on that left-hand side. I mean, we've gone from Luke Thomas, Castagna, James Justin. We've gone for Ryan Bertrand. Do you know what I mean? It's been one of them.
Best game Bertrand had was that game against Manchester City in the Community Shield, and that were it. That was probably the best game we had. He had. And then he got COVID, he hadn't recovered. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
generally thought Cags was real deal when he stepped
He
up.
did
Just
step
did
up, but it's just the Euro.
he did.
Since the Euros, it's ever since the Euro, he's come back. He's gone from a juicy steak to a 99p cheeseburger. So he's dipped down in form. He's dipped a lot. You know, he's had some good games this year, but not as many as he's had a lot more terrible games. West Ham,
Ross,
for example.
the next one then. Who would you replace him with?
Not Tarkowski.
Tarkowski's name's got to
No.
be up there. I mean, the Torino bloke from Torino, that's not going to happen. He's reported to be going to Inter Milan. Tarkowski on a free, yes or no? If not, Ross, why? Tell me why you wouldn't take Tarkowski on a free.
I don't know. I just think if it was going to happen, it should have happened a few years ago, because it comes up every single transfer about this Tarkowski, you know. And I mean, the only thing probably decent about it, he's a good player, but the only thing that sticks out, well, his ears stick out, and that's probably it. Like it should have happened if we'd have signed Tarkowski. It should have been about 3 years ago, not now. Yeah. Because why wait? And I get it, obviously, you know, money and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you want someone, you go out there and get them. Like, that's the thing. You go out and get them. You don't just wait for a certain time. But I agree, Costa Georgie. We need another Wes Morgan. I think
another Sven Botman, Ross.
I'm not gonna lie. Who's that?
He's from Bayern Leverkusen, I believe. Sven Botman is their centre half. I think Newcastle are after him. Or I think he played. I think he played for Lille. It's either him who played for Bayern Leverkusen.
Has anyone actually watched the Bundesliga? All right.
Tell me which team he plays for. Ben Morgan. I think it's Bayern Leverkusen or Lille. I think he partners Jose Fonte if it's the one at Lille.
On the comments, I think Charlie's watching.
Lille. Reedy says Lille. It is the one from Lille. I'm thinking of Sven Bender or someone like that. Right, Ross. The next one then. Favorite Soyuncu Leicester moment.
Favorite Soyuncu moment. Oh,
go on. It could be a tackle. It could be a goal. It could be a pass.
You know what?
Pass.
I'm gonna say when we beat Man U and Man City won the title. I know it was in front of nobody, but it was
Gleeson Bremer. That's it. Yeah,
we won at Old Trafford for the first time in a long time. It was a great performance that day. It was before the FA Cup final when Luke Thomas scored that beautiful goal, and then they equalised, and then Soyuncu scored.
I'm thinking of Tar. Yeah, that's it, Reader. We've been linked with him as well. Jonathan Tar.
Yeah, Tar. He's decent.
That's it. Not Sven Bender. Bloody hell. Going away at Old Trafford. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Light moment, Ross.
I think it will be because, you know, I know it was in front
of that kick.
No, do you know what I think? You know, when we played Chelsea away. You know when we played Chelsea when we first ever wore the pink kit.
The Bournemouth red card.
When he was doing all them skills and turns.
Phil Jones, come on, get real.
I'm Phil Jones and I'm Chris Smalling. And I'm Phil Jones.
Phil Jones and Harry Maguire at the back for Man United makes it even sums it up.
That bloody Phil Jones. But
Phil Jones.
No, I would say the Man U game when he scored the winner at Old Trafford. Because like I said, it's the first time we won at Old Trafford since Tony Cottee scored that game. So I would say that. I think when he played against Chelsea, when the second game when we played Chelsea 1-1, it was the week before Sheffield United, and he was doing all them skills in bottom corner, just absolutely doing all skills.
Experience. Reedy goes on about experience at the back. He feels that we need that. Gary Cahill, new signing. Is he past it, Ross?
Do you know what? I'd rather take Gary Cahill. I would take Gary Cahill. I wouldn't say he's a starter. But
Joe Worrell.
It'd be I wouldn't say he's a starter. I think he'd be a dessert. No, I'm kidding. I think he would be a good coming on as a sub. You know, obviously that last 10 minutes, if, you know, for example, Evans is picking up a knockoff, Fofana just a bit tired, bring on Gary Cahill and all that. So
that Roma lad. Chris Smalling, is that who you want, Jason?
Speaking of that, that's the Europa Conference in 10 minutes.
We don't need passing merchants. We just need someone who can defend and can move. Thoughts on us willing to sell Boubakary Samari. We'll talk about that in another show. Vestergaard over Cahill. And Reedy's made a claim.
I wouldn't mind taking that cornet.
The next one is Ross.
Go on.
Yannick Vestergaard.
Greatest of all time.
This is where I get down to my business part. I don't rate Vestergaard.
No.
I think he's as slow as Uncle Albert.
Leave Uncle Albert alone.
I mean,
Poor uncle.
Leicester today, from John Percy, are looking to sell Mr. Yannick Vestergaard, and Leicester are saying you are free to leave. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Do you know what?
That is the thing. So come on, Ross, tell me about Yannick Vestergaard this season. Was he worth it or was he not?
If he's worth it, then I've no idea.
Has he had a good season?
Bless me. In a second, my son's watching me upstairs and he's actually put a comment. Bless him. In it. So Vestergaard he's terrible. He's absolutely shocking.
Vestergaard isn't a footballer. He's Calvin Klein underwear medal.
Like let's be honest. If Fofana did not get injured, he would be at Southampton still. That is the fact.
Vestergaard to skip. Vestergaard was a good statue purchase.
It just looks like a sloth.
Vestergaard. And Ross, what summed up my favourite moment of Vestergaard was when he gave that ball away to Harry Kane. And I mean, the pace of Harry Kane, you wouldn't think Harry Kane's got that much pace. But compared to Vestergaard, you'd think, you bleeder.
Charlie can run faster than Vestergaard, and he's 6.
He's a lamppost. Let's get it there. He's a lamppost. He could work better in colour-bank carpets. I mean, standing up in the corner. Ross, the only thing Vestergaard is good or for is standing a woman up on a date.
I've seen that. If Vestergaard is a footballer, then I'm Michael Jordan.
Vestergaard is good at standing people up. He's like the great call here.
Do you know what he reminds me of? He's like a Matt Mills. When we signed Matt Mills, and then he left after a season because he was terrible. So, I know. Sorry, when I say that, he got a bit of an headbutt from Nigel Pearson. But Yannick Vestergaard, he'll probably end up going back to Southampton.
Vestergaard's favourite moment wearing a Southampton shirt.
Oh no, do you know what? Right?
Warwick Davis would win more headers.
If you want to ask his favourite moment, I would say that the only good game he actually had was against Randers
when he came on. The Rennes game.
Yes. And that was it.
He won the second half and he handballed it.
That's the only decent game he had.
Will he leave this summer, Ross?
Yes.
Okay. How much is he worth then?
Oh.
A Freddo and a pack of Monster Munch and a Panda Pop?
I would say 5 tins of beans from Farm Foods for £1. I'd say or 25 quid, which is what I'm having my hair. Oh yeah. By the way, Leicesterfans, this is my last day. I'll be having this type of hair because I'm dyeing my hair tomorrow.
Vestergaard is another AD Akinbaye. Yeah, we'll panic buy.
Yep. No, hang on. Let me rephrase that. But at least Akinbaye tried.
5 quid, 10 quid, 10 quid. At least might have been able to clear a corner, looking to get 8 million for him.
You're going for free.
Okay.
Is that what it says?
Well, someone said he could go for free. Ross, next one then. Jose Perez, keep or sell?
Keep.
Why?
I just think he's a squad, as Thomas said the other day. He's a squad player. I think he's like Kevin. I was a squad player. Other day came on, scored 2 goals. I just think good, decent player. I'm not saying he's going to start every week in, week out, but he changes games. He changed the game against PSV. He came on against Southampton and scored 2 goals. So Napoli scored that goal, beautiful goal. So I think it can be a game changer when he wants to be. So I would say keep. That's me.
Yeah, a lot of Leicester fans are agreeing with you, Ross. Keep. Swap for Townsend or Alex Iwobi. Apparently Everton are after him then. I'm reading. Everton are after Perez.
Well, we'll take.
He's had 5 good games all season. We need money to rebuild. Ross, Vestergaard. Jose Perez's time at Leicester, has it been a good time?
It's been all right. No,
since he's been here.
Let's not forget, if it weren't for Perez, it wouldn't have won 9-0 Because remember, he got an hat-trick in that game.
Vardy seems to thrive when Perez is on the pitch. Do you prefer if Casper stayed or left?
No, I mean, I would say, okay, put that question up again. A second.
The Casper one.
Yeah, the Casper one. Well, the only problem is, though, he does films, though, Casper the Ghost. But now, on a serious note, I want him to stay. Well, everyone wanted Perez when Agent Rafa were there. Was it?
Play Perez as number 10 if Madders is injured. I mean, Perez, for me, I'm not his biggest supporter. There's been times where I didn't rate him as a footballer.
Yep, you can say that again.
I'll say it because it's true.
Yeah, at least you admit it. Yeah.
I mean, I'll hold my hands up.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Would I keep him or sell him, though? This is the question for me. I'd sell him preferably because I don't think he's good enough. I don't feel he's reached that £30 million price tag. What we paid for him, I think we overpaid. But to be honest, Newcastle got the money what they wanted, which is we're in Mike Ashley's back pocket, which, you know, at the end of the day. But for me, I'm not saying Perez has been like the worst player on the pitch, because he hasn't. He scored goals like against Napoli. Scored 2 against Southampton, 2 perfectly good goals, and credit to him.
He scored against Southampton.
But he has scored goals. He's going to go. So what's the point of talking about it? Yeah, every Leicester fan's going to have their opinion.
Remember, you're entitled to your own opinion. You know,
that's it. It's by the fans for the fans at the end of the day. What's your best Perez moment then, Ross? Apart from seeing him stick his fingers in his ears,
9-0. Yeah, okay. You know, I don't care what anyone says. That is probably the best. I would say anyone that was there is probably the greatest night. I mean, it's the greatest night of Leicester's life, really. Nine goals away from home. Believe it or not, we scored more goals in that game away from home than Derby County did the entire season away from home in 2007-8.
Yeah.
9 goals. Perez hat-trick. Friday night in the South Coast. You know, it was such a great night.
That's the team he scored his most goals against, apparently.
Yeah,
Southampton.
I think he scored more against Newcastle with Newcastle. But
2 hat-tricks against Southampton. I believe he's got 2 for Leicester as well.
5 goals against Southampton. Yeah, he's got a hat-trick in that 9-0 and then 2 the other day, yeah. So I would say the 9-0. I don't think anything... There's others.
Perez's best moment not being in the squad.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
Wembley pass interception.
Oh,
yeah. That could be. If it weren't for Perez, which they claim was handball, it won us the FA Cup. Luck went on our side, and there you go. But there we go. I would love to see Tommy Abraham in a Leicester shirt. Leicester kicking off now. Wait, that's Roma.
Roma or Feyenoord, by the way. Roma or Feyenoord.
Feyenoord.
Fair enough.
Not that I'm still crying over the second leg of the semi-finals. But
that's my favourite moment of Perez.
Nah, I don't really care about the final, to be honest.
I might watch it after this. So.
But I might have a look at it. How much is he worth then, Ross? Quickly. Jose Perez.
20. I said 20 mil. You know, I won't go any more. I think I won't go any less. Like, he's a very decent player. He's not the worst player I've seen. He's a very decent player.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Andy Medhurst. He's been played out of position. He's been played on the wing, midfield, striker. He's been played everywhere. He's even been played in the stands and on the bench.
One of the comments is, no, he did not get a hat-trick against Sheffield United. He scored in the last 3 games against Sheffield United. So, yes.
Did we have more corners this season than Norwich scored goals? Bag of nachos. 20 million, maybe 15 million. Only got 1 year left. I can't see why Maddison's not in the England squad. But we'll talk about that in another show. One we will talk about then, Ross, quickly, is James Justin. How good is it to see Double J in the England squad?
Double J, James Justin. That's JAMESJUSTIN in the England squad. Do you know what? It's fantastic. Before he got injured, he would have gone to the Euros without a shadow of a doubt. Whether he would have been starting or not, that's a different question. You know, with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Trippier's and all that stuff. But yeah, it's fantastic to see a Leicester City player. I'm very surprised that a Leicester City player is in the England squad, because if you play for Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal, for some reason Tottenham, or Liverpool, you're automatically going to get the England squad no matter how bad you are. 2016 Euros, Danny Drinkwater should have gone, but no, Jack Wheelchair went instead. So James, I'm so happy for James. I'm in Pep Guardiola's list. I'm so happy.
Well, we need to pay Luton if JJ starts. I don't know what's in the contract, to be honest.
Not sure.
It's just said going to make the same type of game coming on in the Europa League and changing the game.
Think about the best moment.
JJ's fantastic. Surprised JJ got the call up, but I'm happy for him. Ross, talk to me quickly about JJ before he got injured. What a fantastic player he was in the not last season, season before.
Yeah, season before. He was from
he'd have been in that World Cup squad, wouldn't he, Ross?
No. He would be in that squad. There wouldn't have been a. Well, saying that, he's been for Leicester, so because Gareth Southgate is, he likes to pick and choose, he probably wouldn't have, but 100%, he would have been in that England squad, maybe starting, maybe coming on, whatever. So, yes, 100%. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastical.
Someone said he can't defend, but then again, so can't many people.
Yeah.
But that's it. Thoughts on JJ's season quickly then, Ross?
Obviously, he's come back. He's done really.
Coming back from injury.
I think he's done really well. He's not done amazingly, and he's not done terrible. I think he's done all right. Obviously now 2022-23 is the full season now. Now it's time to adapt. I don't want him to perish. I want him to adapt, and we'll take it from there. So
I think he's done all right since he's come back from injury. He'll be back up to full fitness next season. He signed that new contract as well, so the Leicester Cafu is committed to the football club. Right then, Ross, thanks for coming on, pal.
No worries, I'm going to get Charlotte to bed now. And, well, yeah, we'll see what happens. If there's no other shows now, go Huddersfield.
Say a bit, Ross.
In a bit.
Sorry about that. Yes, so this is it then. Now, it's the end of the show. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the transfer show. Thank you for getting all your comments in, getting all your views in. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much for getting involved tonight. Please go and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. Go and take us on them and go and give us a follow. Right, before I actually go, there's a shirt competition. If you subscribe on YouTube right now, you can enter free for a 22-23 Leicester City home shirt. It will save you £60. So go and subscribe. It's free to enter. And you'll be in with a chance of winning the 2022-23 Leicester City home shirt. How good does that sound? Thank you to all the sponsors, ADT, Hologram, Tiger, Pete's Pizzeria, Pucker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, the Fox's Arms, Newbie & Co and Hope Against Cancer. Thank you to all the guys that sponsor us here at Leicester Fan TV. Right, what's coming up then? Reedy is back on Friday talking all things Leicester City, transfers, the season review, you name it, he'll be doing it. But ciao for now, and I will see you next Wednesday for another show. This is Jack from Leicester Fan TV saying goodbye for now, and I will see you in a bit.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie & Co Estate Agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.